I first heard about Raven Rock from my older brother Mark in the fall of 2008. He was the kind of guy who never took the highway if he could take a dirt road. A field technician for a private geological firm, he was always buried in old survey maps, plotting out routes to forgotten places. But Raven Rock was different. Even he seemed uneasy about it. He called me on September 27th. I remember it was raining in Philadelphia, and I was on my lunch break when my phone buzzed. "Have you ever heard of the Raven Rock signal anomaly?" he asked. I snorted. "Sounds like a bad sci-fi movie." "No," he said quietly. "It's real." He told me about an old military signal, a Cold War frequency, supposedly coming from an abandoned listening post somewhere in the forest. The odd part, it had been dead since the early 90s. Then, out of nowhere, it started again. Same pattern, same signal, same coordinates. The tone in his voice stopped me cold. Mark wasn't a conspiracy nut. He was rational, methodical, but something had gotten under his skin. "You're not thinking of going out there," I said. Silence. "I have to know what's broadcasting it." He left 3 days later. On October 3rd, 2008, Mark disappeared. The last voicemail he left me came in at 2:13 a.m. I don't know if this is picking up, but something's wrong out here. The woods, they don't feel right. I found the old tower. It's still humming. And there's a door down here. Metal. I think someone's inside. Then static. The authorities searched the area for 6 days. Helicopters, dogs, dozens of volunteers. Nothing. No sign of him. No tracks. Not even disturbed underbrush. It was as if the forest had swallowed him. The official report listed him as missing, presumed deceased, likely due to exposure or a fall. But I knew my brother. He didn't just vanish, so I started digging. I spent weeks requesting declassified documents, scouring online forums, following dead-end leads. And then I found it. A passing reference to an installation called ECH06, buried in a May 1961 Department of Defense memo. A classified Cold War listening station built beneath Raven Rock. There were no blueprints, no official record of decommission. Just a single line. Monitoring ceased. Containment secure. The deeper I went, the stranger it got. Posts on survivalist message boards mentioned the signal, a pulsing broadcast at 41-second intervals, picked up only on analog radios. The message was always the same, a series of 3 beeps in Morse code. SOS, SOS, echo. One user claimed it was haunted. Another swore his shortwave picked up voices saying, "Help us," though no one else heard them. Most were written off as fiction, but Mark had found something out there. I made my decision. On October 26th, I drove out to Raven Rock. The forest looked like any other in Pennsylvania. Rolling hills, cold streams, leaves just past peak, rustling red and gold. I hiked 3 hours following Mark's coordinates, using the notes he'd left in an encrypted USB folder. That's when I reached it. A clearing, surrounded by dead trees. No birds, no wind, just silence. In the center, a rusted metal hatch, barely visible under vines and dirt. It looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. With effort, I pried it open. A staircase descended into pitch-black concrete. I hesitated, then went in. The air was heavy, dusty. The smell of old electricity and rusted metal. My flashlight barely cut through the dark. The room at the bottom looked like a relic. Analog computers, reel-to-reel tapes, broken dials and gauges. And in the corner, blinking softly, a transmitter. Still active, still pulsing. Thump, thump, thump. I turned on my recorder. Then I saw the writing on the wall. literally etched into the concrete in jagged scrawls. "The signal is not ours." That's when I heard it. A soft click, then a slow, rhythmic tapping. Morse code. SOS, SOS, echo. But there was something else. A whisper beneath the signal. A voice, faint and broken. "Help! Help!" It was Mark's voice. I stumbled deeper into the structure and found a hidden hatch under the floorboards, newer and less corroded. I descended again. This level was different. Metallic walls, lead insulation, small windows covered with black glass. Hallways led to empty rooms, lab equipment, restraints, and what looked like soundproof observation chambers. The facility wasn't just for listening, it was for containment. I reached a final hallway, and at the end, the door from Mark's voicemail. Solid steel, slightly ajar. My flashlight began to flicker, then died. In the darkness, I heard it, breathing, slow, deliberate, right behind me. I turned, heart pounding. No one was there, but I swear to you, I wasn't alone. I ran, crawled back through the narrow tunnels, up the ladders, through the hatch, into the cold air. I collapsed outside in the clearing, gasping. I checked my watch. I'd been underground for 22 minutes. My phone said I'd been gone 6 hours. I barely remember the drive back. That night, I played the recorder's audio. In the background of the Morse code, there's a voice. It's clearer now. "Help me, Derek." Then something else. A different voice, layered beneath it, low and mechanical. "You found the door. You heard the signal. Now you are part of it." That night, I dreamed of Mark, standing at the bottom of the stairs, face pale, eyes black, repeating one word, "Echo, echo." Weeks passed. I kept searching. I found more stories, reports of people seeing ghost lights in the forest, children claiming to hear their missing father's voice from walkie-talkies, strange blackouts in the area. In 1997, a retired ranger self-published a book called The Silent Frequency. It described people disappearing and returning. Different. Hollow. One of the cases, a man named Mark Harper, but he'd gone missing in 1984. My brother wasn't even born yet. In 2015, I got a package in the mail. No return address. Inside, a Polaroid photo. It showed the same room from the bunker. Clean, lit, pristine. In the corner, Mark, older, grayer, wearing the same jacket he disappeared in. He stared straight into the lens. On the back of the photo, written in shaky hand, the signal never stopped. It just changed frequency. I haven't been back to Raven Rock since, but sometimes, late at night, my radio picks up static, then a faint pulse. Thump, 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 then the whisper, "Help me." And I wonder, did I leave him there? Or did something else come back with me?